The world watches as a dangerous game unfolds. Russia, the United States, and Ukraine are locked in a geopolitical struggle. European nations are caught in the middle. At the heart of this confrontation lies Ukraine, a nation yearning for freedom and security. Its fate hangs in the balance, a stark reminder of the fragility of peace in our time. The post-Cold War order is crumbling. New alliances are forming and old rivalries are resurfacing. The rules of engagement are changing, and the stakes have never been higher. In this volatile environment, the actions of a few will determine the destiny of many. The world holds its breath, bracing for what comes next. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the road ahead will be fraught with challenges. The choices made today will shape the geopolitical landscape for generations to come. French President Emmanuel Macron and then US President Donald Trump engaged in a series of tense exchanges. The topic was Ukraine and the growing threat from Russia. Macron, a staunch advocate for European unity and strength, pressed Trump on the issue of NATO's role in the region. He stressed the need for a united front against Russian aggression. Trump, known for his America First policies, pushed for increased defense spending from European nations. He argued that the US shouldered a disproportionate share of the burden for European security. This difference in opinion highlighted a growing rift within the Transatlantic Alliance. The Macron-Trump dialogue underscored the challenges facing the West. Divisions within NATO could embolden Russia, further destabilizing the region. The future of Ukraine and indeed the security of Europe hinges on the ability of Western leaders to bridge these divides and present a united front. Ukraine finds itself in a precarious position. Wedged between Russia and the West, it has become a pawn in a larger geopolitical game. The country is desperate for security assurances, a lifeline in a sea of uncertainty. The Ukrainian people have tasted freedom, and they are determined to protect it. The specter of Russian aggression looms large. The annexation of Crimea and the ongoing conflict in eastern Ukraine serve as stark reminders of Russia's willingness to use force to achieve its objectives. The Ukrainian government has repeatedly called for increased military support from the West, particularly from the United States. Public opinion in Ukraine overwhelmingly favors closer ties with the West. The Ukrainian people understand that their security is inextricably linked to the strength of the Transatlantic Alliance. They look to the US and its allies to provide the necessary support to deter further Russian aggression. Amidst the escalating tensions, a new element has been injected into the equation: a proposed mineral deal between the United States and Ukraine. This agreement, shrouded in secrecy, would grant the US access to Ukraine's vast mineral wealth. Ukraine is rich in resources like lithium, titanium, and rare earth metals, crucial components in everything from smartphones to military hardware. The potential deal has sparked controversy and debate. Proponents argue that it would provide a much-needed economic boost to Ukraine, strengthening its ability to resist Russian pressure. They also point to the strategic importance of securing these critical resources for the West, reducing dependence on China. However, critics view the deal with suspicion. They argue that it could further inflame tensions with Russia, potentially drawing the US deeper into the conflict. Some also express concerns about the potential for exploitation, questioning whether Ukraine would receive a fair price for its resources. The mineral deal represents a high-stakes gamble, one with far-reaching consequences for all involved. Section 5. Russia's countermove, exploiting divisions in the West. As the United States and Ukraine inch closer to a deal, Russia watches with a wary eye. The Kremlin understands the strategic importance of Ukraine's mineral wealth. In a calculated move designed to undermine Western unity, Russia has made a counteroffer to the United States. It has proposed granting the United States access to mineral deposits located in Russian-controlled territories within Ukraine. This offer is a shrewd maneuver, a classic example of Russian geopolitical gamesmanship. By dangling the prospect of accessing these resources without the need for conflict, Russia aims to drive a wedge between the United States and Ukraine. The Kremlin is exploiting existing divisions within the West, testing the resolve of the Transatlantic Alliance. The question now is how the United States will respond. Will it be tempted by Russia's offer, potentially jeopardizing its relationship with Ukraine? Or will it stand firm in its support for Ukrainian sovereignty, rejecting any deal that undermines the country's territorial integrity? Section 6. The value of Ukrainian minerals, a strategic prize. To fully grasp the significance of this geopolitical chess match, one must understand the value of what is at stake: Ukraine's mineral wealth. These are not merely raw materials, they are the building blocks of the 21st century economy. Lithium, for instance, is essential for the batteries that power electric vehicles, a sector poised for explosive growth. Titanium, known for its strength and lightweight, is critical for aerospace and defense industries. Rare earth elements, a group of 17 metals with unique magnetic and conductive properties, are indispensable for a wide range of technologies, including smartphones, wind turbines, and guided missiles. Control over these resources translates into economic and military power. It is no wonder, then, that nations are vying for access to these strategic assets. The competition for these resources is fierce, and the stakes are high. The outcome of this struggle will shape the global balance of power for years to come. The world is watching, holding its breath as the players make their moves. Section 7. The implications for NATO, a test of unity and resolve. The unfolding situation in Ukraine presents a critical test for NATO. The alliance, formed in the aftermath of World War II as a bulwark against Soviet expansionism, is facing its most serious challenge in decades. Russia's assertive actions in Eastern Europe have exposed cracks in the alliance's unity and resolve. The United States, as the leading member of NATO, faces a difficult choice. It must balance its own strategic interests with its commitment to its allies. A strong and united NATO is essential to deterring Russian aggression. However, the alliance's credibility is on the line. The outcome of the current crisis will have far-reaching implications for the future of NATO. If the alliance is seen as weak or divided, it could embolden Russia to take even more aggressive actions in the future. On the other hand, a firm and united response from NATO could deter further Russian aggression and help to preserve peace and stability in Europe. Section 8. Navigating the labyrinth, security and trade in the 21st century. The ongoing negotiations over Ukraine's mineral wealth highlight a central dilemma of the 21st century: how to balance security needs with trade interests. In an increasingly interconnected world, where economic prosperity is often intertwined with geopolitical alliances, disentangling the two can be a formidable challenge. The United States and its allies are grappling with this dilemma. On the one hand, they recognize the need to secure access to critical resources, reducing their dependence on potentially hostile nations. On the other hand, they are wary of being drawn into conflicts or undermining their own values in the pursuit of economic gain. Finding the right balance will require careful diplomacy, strategic thinking, and a willingness to make tough choices. There are no easy answers, and the stakes are high. The decisions made today will shape the global landscape for decades to come. Section 9. The future of Ukraine, a geopolitical crossroads. As the world watches the drama unfold, one question looms large. What is the future of Ukraine? The country finds itself at a geopolitical crossroads, its destiny uncertain. Will it succumb to Russian pressure, its sovereignty eroded, its resources plundered, or will it manage to chart an independent course, embracing democracy and forging closer ties with the West? The answer to this question hinges on a multitude of factors, many of which are beyond Ukraine's control. The strength of the Transatlantic Alliance, the resolve of the Ukrainian people, and the calculations of Russia's leadership will all play a role in shaping the country's fate. One thing is certain: the road ahead for Ukraine will be fraught with challenges. However, amidst the uncertainty, there is also a glimmer of hope. The Ukrainian people have shown remarkable resilience and determination in the face of adversity. They have tasted freedom, and they are not willing to give it up without a fight. The world must stand with them, offering support and solidarity as they navigate the treacherous path ahead.